remember that tomorrow, most of you have to sit in front of the screen, because unless you have that analytics or technology in your expertise, you will be outdated. So embracing the change is the necessity. I think COVID-19 has taught us that we cannot waste time in learning something new. We need to be fast, quick, and adapt and move on. So, my dear students, as you begin the Pinnacle, which is a co-curricular activity for you, where you will meet each other, learn so many, participate so many events, take the big picture in mind. You are not just students, you are going to be big leaders and managers tomorrow, and you will be the alumni of this institution after many years. After 2 years, see that you always learn new lessons from this corona pandemic, and I wish you all the best, all the success for this event.
Thank you, Father. Our Dean, Dr. Raj Gopalan, holds a doctorate degree in organizational behavior with over 30 years of academic experience, including 18 years overseas. As an academician, he has taken up several new initiatives for academic, curricular, and good governance. He also pays due emphasis on igniting young minds and nurturing young leaders. May I now request Professor Dr. Raj Gopalan to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Father Manoj D'Souza, Mr. Ravi Patwari, Manuel Joshi, my colleagues from SJIM, and my dear students. How do you feel today? I can't see you because of the light. How is everyone? You're excited? But we have classes after this. Right. I have made a few points that I would like to read out to you and give you a message at the end of it, which I will finish within 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Pinnacle. We know the meaning of this. The most successful point is what is called as pinnacle. Now, today is 21st of September. Have you ever wondered what the significance of today is? So I will tell you about the significance of number 21 and today. 21 guns are fired to honor heads of states, such as royalty in the UK and the President of the USA, which is known as the 21 gun salute. This tradition goes all the way back to the times when the navies of the world still shot from cannonballs. 21 is the name of a card game, an ancient card game, with its most modern variant played in casinos all over the world. You know the casinos, right? Yeah. This more commonly known version is the American game blackjack of today. According to the Bible Father, there were 21 acts of rebellion committed by the Israelites to break free from Egyptian control. In 13 countries, 21 is the age of majority. The numbers 2 and 1 that make up 21 are the first two root numbers and have a special relationship of their own. Number 1 is associated with leadership, originality, independence, and self-sufficiency, while the next number 2 is associated with teamwork, diplomacy, and the ability to maintain relationships. Famous personalities born on the 21st of September include Stephen King, the famous author and writer, H.G. Wells, the author and writer, Kareena Kapoor Khan, Bebo, Chris Gale, and I know there are some Shah Rukh Khan fans. The most recent director of Shah Rukh Khan, Atli Kumar, was also born on the 21st of September. Right. The purpose for which we are here. New understandings of human behavior and the brain, along with advances in science and technology, have opened the door to remarkable new possibilities for teaching and learning. I'm sure you will agree with me. Both face-to-face and online, Father, because of the current situation which you highlighted. How can we best use our time in the classroom? How can we connect people and other intellectual resources beyond the classroom to enhance what happens inside it, which is why you are here for the Pinnacle event. As technology evolves and as familiar boundaries shift on the map of knowledge, educators are being pressured at every level to adapt in response. That is what Father remarked as the change. Technology is also giving rise to new educational models and to a whole new field of competitors who would seek to redefine what it means to go to university or a college or an institute like ours. A difficult economy leads to weakened job markets. How can education then get students learn all they can do to shape meaningful, valuable lives? You must leave an indelible mark, is what I have told Mr. Emmanuel Joshi. The 21st century has thus far experienced many individual, societal, natural, political, technological, and corporate transformations, some of which are extremely radical. And I say, mankind holds the power to alleviate poverty and an equal power to destroy human life. Therefore, I will give you a small quotation from one of the speechwriters to the former Vice President of the United States, Albert Gore. His name is Daniel Pink. He said, "The future belongs to a very different kind of mind, creators and empathizers, pattern recognizers, and meaning makers. These people will now reap society's richest rewards and share its greatest joys." I am so very sure that on Saturday, when we are coming to the culmination of this particular event, you would have had at least a few takeaways, and that is why I have told the committee that is taking care of this event to ensure that this will be a benchmark pinnacle for many, many future generations of students to come and occupy the portals of SJIM. Thank you very much for this chance, and good luck for this event.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ravi Patwari currently serves as a manager of corporate marketing for IBM CHQ, leading experiential marketing discipline engagements. Over his 10 years of career with IBM, he has broadened his career portfolio to include regional, worldwide, and corporate responsibilities in IBM's growth market division, global marketing service center, and corporate marketing. He is recognized for his high energy and ability to inspire, lead, and mentor people, drive for agility and design thinking. He is an alumnus of St. Joseph's College of Business Administration. He was a gold medalist in finance and a rank holder in human resources. It is an honor to welcome you, sir. May I now request you to welcome and address the gathering.
So that was a kind of introduction. So thank you for that. So before I start, Director Dr. Manoj, Dean Dr. Rajagopalan, professors, faculty, staff, student council, and my dear friends, it's really an honor and privilege to be back after a decade in this campus. Thank you. So, I just want to check, how are you guys feeling? How's the Joes? I didn't hear. How's the Joes? Great. And why I'm doing this? The directors have told me that you guys are doing this event after a long time. Right? This is your first event after a long period, and which made me realize that you guys have lost a lot of learnings, not in terms of curriculum, but in terms of collaborating with each other, making that personal connection, and that is very, very important in today's life. And we feel the same in the corporate life, right? When people are not meeting each other, they have kind of got themselves into their own comfort zone. And every day we try to make sure that people are comfortable connecting with people, whether it's offline. But it's very important for people to kind of connect because that's what get them moving, right? So I have a couple of things noted, and I just wanted to share my learnings over a decade, working in corporate life. But before that, I ask this in all the workshop I do. Have you guys have documented your goals? How many of you have your goals today, defined, like what you want to do, in terms of long term or short term? Anyone? Okay, that's surprising, but we are not late either, right? So let's do one thing. Let me talk about the importance of goal, right? Because that's very important when you get into a corporate life or you decide what you want to do. And I'll come to a question which Josie kind of asked me, and which would help you guys as well to kind of plan your goal. Now, it's very important to have your goal, and it's just not by having a goal, you need to document your goal, because that's what kind of give you a direction. Have you guys ever gone to a railway station and told in the ticket counter, give me a ticket to some place? Have they given you a ticket? Will they give you a ticket? Yes or no? Okay, so I want this to be engaging, right? I don't want to come and preach here because it's not gonna work, right? I want you guys to take away from whatever I'm sharing, even one thing, right? If that's kind of inspire you guys. Are we on it? Okay. So you are not gonna get a ticket if you're gonna go railway station and tell some place. You're gonna tell them the place, right? I want to go to Delhi, I want to go Hyderabad, because that's how they print the ticket from Bangalore to Delhi, Bangalore to Hyderabad. Same thing. If you're gonna send a post, right, a letter, without an address, will it reach to its destination? No. So why, when it comes to your future goal or what about your future, if you don't have a goal, where are you gonna land? Have you guys thought about it? Right? So it's very important to have a goal to kind of know where you want to go. And it's not an easy thing to do either, right? I have many team members in my corporate team. They don't still do not have a goal, and every day we have this conversation, right? Where you want to go, right? What's your long-term plan, and what's your short-term milestone? And it's very important to do that because until unless you have thought about it, you're not gonna work on it. Okay, let me give you another example. How many times Taj Mahal was built? Any number? Okay. So obviously it was built once, but in my opinion, it was built 3 times. Right? It was built once in the mind of the person who thought about it. Second time, it was built on the paper, and third time, it was built on the ground. Right? That's the importance of goals. So with that, what I want to convey is think about having a goal, take a paper, pen. It's not gonna be something which you are gonna write it in 1 hour. Spend about a month's time or 6 months' time, how much you want to take. But have a goal. Write it down, because until you write it down, you're not gonna see it. And after your college, don't throw that paper away. Let not that paper be in some book lying in some kawadiwala's store, right? Because that's your goal and you have to carry it along with you. I know I still have that paper with me. I didn't bring it, but I was clear in terms of my goal, right? I want to grow in my corporate life, and that's where I want to go. I just want to keep growing higher and higher in my organization. So invest in yourself because it's very important. Let me give you another example on goal. This building was not built when director thought about it, right? There was an architecture involved, engineer involved. When they have spent so much time in terms of defining how the structure would be and what the experience of people living in it be, then why not with your career, right? at the end of the day your life, right? So spend some time building on your career. So that's one of my lessons, which definitely I want to share with you. Now, second lesson, which is very very important to grow in corporate life, uh, which is learn the habit to take everyone along with you, right? It's more important now than ever because people are kind of losing connections. So even if you know, when you guys are doing this event, don't rush after winning or rush after coming first. Look the whole event as a totality and think in terms of how you guys are collaborating and taking each one along with you. That's more than important, right? And understand each one as a person because it's important that you guys understand, each individual because each individual has different personality. So I kind of touch this topic in any workshop I give. It's a long workshop, but I'll try to give a mini version of that. And so with that, I kind of brought a card. By the way, let's play blackjack. By the way, it was nowhere kind of coordinated with Professor Rajagopalan when he spoke about 21 cards or blackjack. So how many cards are there in a pack? 52. Actually, it's 55. You guys are missing jokers and one extra. I'll talk about the importance of those cards. But let's get into one card at a time. What card is this? Can you guys see? I can't see you guys because of light, but do you guys see? Josie, can you help? It's a diamond. So the diamond, when you can meet people, outside your, college or even in college, this think of the diamond as one category of people or the traits, and they are the people who will always agree with you. Whenever you talk to people, they will agree. When you go to sell something, they will agree with you. You just tell something, they understand. The things are very clear with them. They'll agree with you. They are more of an emotional people. Second card. Which card is this? It's a heart. So these are the people who will support you, right? But they will not support you, right? These are the people who always go in two directions. On front, they will say yes, yes, and the back, they will not support you, right? So it's very important to understand this kind of people. Third card, spades. These are the people who will trick you in life, right? If they can't convince you, they will confuse you. They'll ask you for more data. They'll ask you for evidences. They'll ask you too many questions which are irrelevant. And then the only objective for them is to confuse you, not to let you succeed. And the fourth one, club. These are the most dangerous people, right? They will always say, you can't do it. They'll try to say, it's not your thing. You can't do it. It will not happen. And while I'm sharing this, by no means I'm not asking you guys to stereotype them. But these are the 4 broad categories of people you're gonna meet. If you're going into marketing, if you're going into sales and interacting with customers, relate to them, right? If you go and talk to go and say if you're going and selling an account or a credit card, you are gonna make these four kind of categories, right? One will say, yeah, I'll buy it, but tomorrow, right? Those are the people who are hearts, and someone will buy instantly. Those are the diamonds, right? So you can't avoid with these people, this type of people. And what you need to do is get along, and that's what I mean to say. Get into the habit to keep an eye, keep everyone along with you, because it's more than it's very much important that you keep these people along with you, even in corporate life. Uh, Remember one thing: it's important to play along and not get disappointed because you are gonna face these challenges. And if you kind of get disappointed, get hung up on those things, these are gonna bring you down, right? So with this, what I kind of want to do is laminate you guys with this kind of behaviors which you're gonna face in your corporate life or even in your personal life, right? So when you meet such people and you kind of get into this conversation, smile, laugh at them, right? Because you know within you now what you are getting into, and you know the end, right? Whether it's going to work in your favor or not. But you have to take along each of them, right? That's how you kind of grow, right? People are not wrong, people are different, right? And you need to learn to take different people along with you. Uh, I also want to share a couple of examples. A politician. They are the great follower of this. They know how to take people along, and those who take people along kind of makes the mark, right? You can relate to any politician today. Do you guys believe in religion? Some or the other. I'm not gonna get into that, but uh, we can learn a great lesson from Lord Siva. How he kinds of make that balance and take people along with you. I'll quickly touch upon that. If you see his attire and the adore he carries with him, he has on his head what? Ganga. At the same time, if you look at his third eye, which is fire, he's carrying water and fire. If you see, he's carrying moon. And what does that moon entails, right? It's said Amrit or the nectar. But at the same time, on his throat, he's carrying poison, right? That's how kind of he's balancing. He's taking everyone along. He has serpent on his neck, but at the same time, his son, Ganesha, has a vehicle, rat. So that balance is there. His wife has vehicle lion, but he himself has a vehicle called Nandi, right? Buffalo and lion, they are opposite. So, still, you could learn from that, how to take people along with you. So that's my lesson number 2. Number 3, it's very important, and I kind of follow this every day, is learn to ignore. Learn to ignore small things. You will get yourself caught into so many things, and even in this event, you can experience that, right? You guys will come to disagreement on very small things, but don't take that along with you, right? That will bring you down. Think of an example, right? Rocket. If the more it goes up, it gets lighter because it start losing its weight, right? There are 3-4 stages for the rocket. So plan your load, what you want to carry with you when you go up in the corporate ladder. Uh, Even in flights when you go, can you take unlimited loads with you? There is a limit, right? Why? Because flight cannot take off with enough load. So it's very important that you kind of ignore small things. Obviously, you may not feel that great, but learn to agree to disagree. Right? Most of the time, you will kind of face the situation, and you have to agree to something to disagree and move on. That's another lesson. One of the most important thing we as a student face, and still, I see, graduates who joins early, get that very late in their life, which is, never compare yourself. Never compare yourself with others because each one is different. And I was trying to recall a story. How can I, best help you guys understand the story? And the story goes like this. There was a dog and an elephant. Both were pregnant at the same time. Uh, Dog kind of gave birth every 4 months, 6 months. There's no breed. And end of the year, dog has like 10 to 18 puppies. And dog asks elephant, "Are you pregnant? Are you sure you are pregnant?" And what does elephant reply? "I am developing an elephant, and when that elephant touches the ground, earth will feel it. And when that elephant is going to walk, people will wait and watch that elephant. Right? They will embrace that elephant." So, with this, each one has its own development time. Right? Some can develop faster, some may take some time. So, embrace that. Don't take it to yourself, why it's not happening to me, because each one has its own development time. So never compare yourself with others or point fingers, right? That's another lesson, uh, which kind of people miss out, but it's very important. Keep me check on time, Josie, because I have a couple of things, but if you have time, I can kind of share a couple more stories. Another one is believe in your profession. And this is something I want every one of you to kind of understand. Why I say believe in your profession, because this will come to you very soon for the second years and for the first years. You guys can think about it. Uh, Believing in your profession is more important than anything, because the time you choose a stream and you get into that profession, don't get distracted and keep changing jobs. I've seen many people kind of do that. uh, think of an example. What do you think when Sachin chose a cricket profession? What was his confidence level? What was the percentage of his confidence level in, or say his belief in his profession? Any number? Okay. Sachin is not familiar? Mary Kom? Let's not have seen the movie. It was not 0%, it was not 50%, it was 100%. They were having 100% belief in their profession, and that's where make them where they are today. Right? So if you are going into the marketing stream or HR stream or finance stream or operations or any other professions in life, give that 100%. And I I don't mind giving my example, right? And I'm coming to the question which Josie asked me. I have done my degree in finance and HR. What am I doing in marketing? Right? I didn't came to the management school to get a degree in finance or in HR. I was preparing myself for a management role, for the management. Right? So before that, I did my marketing in degree. And I didn't choose like which profession I need to take into. Whatever opportunities came in my life, I made sure that I will have 100% belief in that profession and I'm gonna continue with that. And somebody is going to help you along the way, right? So with this, I also want to bring in the aspect of mentor. It's very important to have a mentor. It's may or say the guiding light. And the sooner you guys have that, that's gonna take you a long way. And we have professionals here, they know corporate life in and out, and they would have given this advice to very senior people, right? Having a mentor. I too have a mentor, I too had a guiding light. And I can tell you the incident, which was 10 years back when I was in the Delhi Mine, the campus. There was a lot of companies going in. I still thanks Professor Venkatesh, who's here, to guiding me, right, to take that decision at the moment. It was my birthday that day. I still recall it, sir. And there was two company visiting that campus. They have done this prelim rounds. One was IBM, another was Oracle, and I kind of qualified for both the prelims. One was for marketing, other was for HR. I was on a way to decide, where to go, right? And both the interview timing was same. But sir, help me, right? So help me. Go appear for both. Let's see what comes here to you, right? I morning I gave the interview for IBM. I didn't knew. I finished my interview. I took my bike. I rushed to Oracle campus. And the time I'm sitting in front of the interviewer is the HR was telling me, congratulations, you have been selected in IBM. You are going for an interview, right? So imagine what kind of conversation would have happened, right? And the HR was telling, we appreciate you also, take up this role. Choice is yours, right? But I chose marketing. Why not HR? Because that's where my passion lied, right? Because I always knew that, I want to get into something which is much more exciting, which is not monotonous, which gives you some new things, some new exciting things every day to work on. And I took that profession as my 100% belief, right? So it's important that you kind of choose what your belief system are. And with that belief system, I want to get into another learning is that until unless you have that belief system, that attitude will not come in you, right? Lion has an attitude. Where does that lion get that attitude? It's his belief system. Because the time lion looks at elephant, the thing which goes in his mind is, it's my food. But when lion looks at when elephant looks at lion, what goes in that mind is a eater. Lion is an eater. But it's not that lion is weak, elephant is weak. Elephant can take, but does not have that belief. Right? So that what make lion a lion and get that attitude. So have an attitude of a lion and attitude of a lion of a jungle, not of a circus. Right? Don't have negative attitude because that's going to take you a long way. Because in corporate life, we don't see what degree or what education the person is coming with at some point in time, right? After person has kind of come up the ladder, it's the attitude, right? Does the person have the positive attitude? Can the person take pull of the things, right? Those are the things which is kind of very important. And I'll end with two more things, and I'll not get into the story. I don't want you guys to bore. I can see already a couple of people dozing off, so I'll rest here. Be humble. And you can take these lessons from Hanumanji. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Nobody is more humble than him. He was the only person who crossed seas and identified where, what a Sita is. But he never said, I did it, right? He never said. So always focus on we rather than I, though you would have put in a lot of efforts. That's more important. And last, I'll end with be thankful, have that gratitude, uh, because that's gonna set you apart. Because when you get things in life, you forget that. Have that gratitude for your parents, have that gratitude for teachers, have that gratitude for your fellow students, or your friends, or your colleagues, or your classmate. That will take you a long way. So, these are my learnings. I'll open it up for anyone who wants to reach out to learn anything or have any questions. Uh, but with this, I wish you all a very success in this particular event or in life. You know, wherever you go, do your best. Give your 100%. Believe in your profession. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, SJ, to hand over a token of appreciation to Mr. Ravi Patwari. May I now request the dignitaries to assume their seats in the front row amongst the audience. The creative production teams has curated a video that gives us a glimpse of the Pinnacle journey that will unfold for you over the next week. This experience will tell you that the trail is more important than the end of the trail. But also, as you reach one summit, there will be new summits in front of you just waiting to be conquered. May I now request Mr. Ravi Patwari to unveil the poster and the video. due to certain technical glitches, the video is not being audible. I request the choir team to take over.
Check, check, check. Check.
Check, check.
Good evening, my dear guests and students. So this is one thing that we have written this song. It is tuned, composed for all of the juniors that we have written. Hope you everybody enjoy.
Rise up on the edge. Would you ever give up on the thought, mighty eagle, mighty eagle, mighty eagle. Be a manager, not just be a word. Finding your place, multiply the same. This is all for you. From your seniors, it is Pinnacle. Eagles Pinnacle. It is Pinnacle. And you change your perspective, change your attitude, change you, change your viewpoint, change your perspective, change your attitude, change you, change your viewpoint, change your perspective, change your attitude, change you. Change your viewpoint, change your perspective, change your attitude, change you, mighty eagle. Let us all sing together, mighty eagle. Here is Pinnacle. You reach your Pinnacle.
Thank you, team. It is definitely hard to say that we have come to the end of the program, and we are extremely thankful for all the support and guidance of each and everyone who made this event possible. May I now request Mr. Navneet Krishna to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Ravi Patwari, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this beautiful occasion. We are grateful to our director, Reverend Dr. Manoj D'Souza, for his words of encouragement. His able guidance has always encouraged us. I thank him for his kindness, interest, his hospitality, and his continued support. We are grateful to our Dean, Dr. Rajagopalan, St. Joseph's Institute of Management, for his stewardship, support, and commitment. I thank all the distinguished faculty members for accepting our invitation and making this event a fruitful one. I thank the members of the media for evincing interest in covering the event. Last but not the least, I thank you, my friends, for your cooperation in making this function a resounding success. Finally, I would like to end with a quote by Martin Luther King, which reads, "An individual has not started living until he rises above the confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity." Thank you.
I request the Creative Productions team to play the video. Thank you all for making it possible. Thank you, team. I extend my sincere gratitude to all of you who have made it to the end of the event. I request all the students to kindly rise as the dignitaries depart. I request all the first year students to assemble in the badminton court for the poster release.
ಅಜ್ಜು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಸಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಲೆನೋವು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಮಾರೇ ಸರ್ ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಅವಾಗಲೇ Bro, come first. Bro, you can highlight some more the maximum.